In this brief presentation, we'll be covering some of the current shortcomings of our ocean simulation project and walk through a few features we'd like to add in the future. We encountered a few key challenges during development. First, time management. Balancing this project with other responsibilities meant some features such as the day and night cycle, the volumetric clouds, and weather system were left out of the final product. Second, familiarity with tools. Some of the team members had little to no experience with OpenGL, IMGUI, or graphics programming, so a lot of the time was spent learning the foundations before we could actually build. Here are some of the limitations of our current implementation. The UI has bugs that can break the rendering. For example, adjusting foam bias too far can cause the ocean to disappear. The cloud visuals are limited in shape and realism and could benefit from more variety. The rain doesn't interact with the ocean and we're missing ripples or splashes when rain hits the water. And finally, the ocean is currently non-interactive other than the adjustments of parameters, so we can't place or simulate objects like boats reacting to waves. As we continue to refine our simulation, there are several features we hope to include in the future. First, we'd like to improve the look of the clouds. A more dynamic volumetric system with better layering and variety would add a lot of depth and realism to the sky. We also want to simulate interactions between rain and the ocean, such as the rippling effects when raindrops hit the water surface. This would really tie the weather and water systems together more convincingly. Another major goal is to allow interactions with the ocean, like a floating boat or object that reacts to the waves in real time. On top of those, sea spray effects, like small particles thrown off by crashing waves, would enhance realism and motion, especially in stormy conditions. We also want to develop an underwater environment complete with light rays, scattering, and volumetric fog to give users a whole new perspective below the surface. And lastly, the user interface still needs some polishing. While functional, it's buggy and still needs to be more intuitive and responsive for testing and demonstrations. These items represent the next steps towards tuning the simulation into a complete and immersive experience.